Hey everyone, welcome back to Dirty 20. Today we're going to be talking about what makes a good one-shot. A one-shot is a one-session game, usually played between 3 to 4 hours, where the story arc is complete by the end of it. It's a great way to play D&D if perhaps you don't have a regular scheduled game. It's a great way to try out new characters and just generally get together, have fun with a bunch of people at a time when it's convenient. I think one-shots are great for literally everyone, but really the people who can benefit most from it are true beginners. People who know nothing about the game and they've never even sat down to create a character, but they're able to go to a one-shot, perhaps with people who are a little bit more experienced, who've played before, and they get to really experience what it's like to play D&D. Some of the disadvantages of one-shots are character progression. It's always really cool to be able to create your character and make him or her the greatest hero of, the whole kingdom. But in a one-shot, you're kind of already there and you're not going to be coming back to that character. So one of the sad things about it is that you don't get that kind of cool character progression. Similar to a campaign, a one-shot can be played in any kind of world or setting. I would generally recommend people stick to Forgotten Realms, which is Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition kind of standard setting, mostly because almost all the books reference the Forgotten Realms, and you have pre-made deities and religions and organizations, groups, so it's just a little bit easier to jump in. So for a one-shot, you need dice, a pencil, a DM, certainly, someone willing to run. You need something that's tight and moves quickly, and really, pacing is the biggest thing. There's nothing worse than going through an adventure where you have everything planned out, and then suddenly the player characters kind of decide to pick on a street food vendor, and then you spend 30 to 40 minutes in a little encounter with an NPC that you'd never planned. Or vice versa, they maybe find a way to bypass all the cool traps and things that you had planned out, and suddenly they're at the final encounter within an hour of playing. So pacing is really, really important. I think cliches are also your friend in a strange way. You're able to give a lot of information whilst not spending too much time on it. So, like I say, cliches are your friend. So, in order to help with pacing, I think one of the really important things is flexibility. It's common that in a one-shot you might have, say, 2 to 3 combat encounters, maybe 2 social encounters, and perhaps an exploration encounter. But really, part of the key is to be able to move those around. And like I said earlier, sometimes your players might suddenly bypass a whole bunch of stuff, or a room that was really cool and interesting. So it's a little bit sneaky, and some people look down on it a bit, but just move that room to the next door that they reach. So that flexibility, that ability to move things from one place to another really make a difference for a one-shot. Actually, the best one-shot I've ever run myself was an adaptation of an actual Royal Marine Commando expedition during the Second World War, the attack on Saint Nazaire, where a small group of soldiers had to infiltrate a naval base and blow up some buildings and a dock, and it's like crazy exciting. And I like kind of steampunk and magitech and things like that, so I like the idea of a D&D Second World War land where spies and commandos are doing their thing. And honestly, that was like one of the best one-shots I've ever run. The funniest one-shot I've ever done was a Christmas one-shot. And this is really quite common. A lot of people around Halloween, they'll do Halloween-themed one shots. They'll do Christmas themed one shots, and in this one, we were sent to find Santa, and I was playing a Tabaxi drunken master, who is an amazing subclass. Yeah, like we were in this tavern, and something was coming down the chimney, and as soon as it came down the chimney, my character just went wild on him and just used every attack that I possibly could. And everyone is laughing really hard because I'm beating the crap out of Santa. I was kind of cool as well because my friend who ran it also used Ferrero Rochers as bad guys. So when you killed a bad guy, you could eat him. That was pretty cool. Join us next time, where we're going to be talking about what makes a good long-term campaign. As a little gift, we're putting together a one-shot on our website for you to download. And I'd like to encourage you also to tell us about great one-shots that you've participated in. Maybe you've run, some of the techniques that you've used. And, let's together build a great community that we can share resources and have a great time playing. So don't forget, guys, have a good time and keep slaying.